Hello everybody, welcome back to another KP's Plays YouTube video. This time we have got our Survivor Series War Games predictions video, and I am joined today, not by Scarlett this time, but by Kurt, and we've got a return of Ishmik, or whatever the hell he's calling himself nowadays on this.
Ishmik.
But hey, yeah, we are back here with another video. We're going to be giving out all our predictions, and, let's get underway, let's get cracking. I'm looking forward to a great event. And there are some good matches on this card that we are going to discuss in full right here, right now. So, the first match we'll be discussing on this stream will be the SmackDown Women's Championship match. We've got Ronda Rousey defending against Shotzi. So, obviously, this match is a weird one. Survivor Series is one of the big WWE Premium Live events of the year. To have a match of Ronda Rousey and Shotzi is an interesting one, for sure. So, yeah, this sparks a lot of conversation. Obviously, Shotzi's had the better of Ronda Rousey in the past couple of weeks with the whole storyline with Shayna Baszler and getting the better of her, and it's sort of been back and forth between these two women. Obviously, we had Shayna put Shotzi in the Kira through the clutch a couple of weeks ago, and then Shotzi getting that win over her last week. We've got a tag match on SmackDown tonight, so that'll be interesting to see how that one goes down. But yeah, I mean, when you look at the match on paper, I think you realistically think Ronda Rousey is probably going to walk over Shotzi here. That would probably be the way things would normally go. I don't think Triple H is going to make it out to be like that, but it's definitely an interesting one as to why they've chosen to go with this sort of match. Is it because of the lack of star quality on SmackDown? I'm not sure. Is it because they don't have really any ideas for Ronda Rousey at this point? Again, I'm not sure. But my prediction for this match will be that Ronda Rousey will retain. And I think I'm pretty confident in me saying that. So yeah, Ronda Rousey to still be the women's champion after this match, and I think they'll try and drag this out as long as they can in a realistic sense. I don't think it'll be quite the squash that some people think it might be. But yeah, here's hoping for a good match, hoping that it's going to be one that we can all enjoy. Over to you, Kurt, with your thoughts.
Yeah, regarding to what KP said, I think this match is quite weird because obviously Shotzi got this match by winning a fatal five-way match with 4 other women, and it's not likely you'll see Shotzi on a pay-per-view, so that's why it's kind of weird. And we know that obviously Ronda and Shotzi been feuding for past few SmackDowns, and Ronda be having Shayna as a ringside, and obviously Shotzi wants to have a partner because obviously Ronda's got Shayna on the corner. So Shayna got Raquel Rodriguez as a partner because she helped her win against Shayna on SmackDown last week. So yeah, so this is kind of like an awkward one. But I think for the future, I think it'll be Raquel Rodriguez versus Ronda Rousey for SmackDown's title next. So my prediction will be Ronda Rousey to retain the SmackDown Championship, and then it will be Raquel versus Ronda for the next pay-per-view. That's what I think will be next. And I'm looking forward for this tag team match, this SmackDown against Raquel, Shotzi versus Ronda and Shayna. Over to you, Ishmik.
Okay, so I think Shotzi is going to do it. Just kidding. I think Ronda obviously is going to win. I don't think Shotzi will ever win this match in any universe. And that's all I have to say. Nothing else to add.
Short and sweet. Fair enough. I mean, I can't really argue too much with that. I think it is going to be convincing that Ronda Rousey will retain here. But let's see how this match goes. Let's see if there's any surprises in store for us. I can't see it, but you never know. Never know, to be honest. So let's get on to our next match then, our next piece of conversation. And this one is AJ Styles taking on Finn Balor. So obviously in previous Premium Live events, we've had the Judgment Day using Rhea Ripley to their advantage, getting the win when the other competitor doesn't necessarily have a female counterpart to take on Rhea. So this match is technically, it's even. It's evenly split. We've got the 3 men on each side and obviously 1 woman each. So it's, the numbers are even and things should be squared up. As to how this match is going to go down, I think it's an interesting one. I think this one could go either way. I'm more tempted to go with AJ Styles, and that's only purely because the Judgment Day have been in such a role of recent times, right? Like I can't remember the last time they suffered a significant loss. Ever since Triple H took over, they sort of like sailed the ship sort of thing, and they've gone on a much better trajectory. So I think this could be a little bit of a derailment for the Judgment Day. I think AJ Styles is going to get the better of it on this occasion, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to this match. AJ and Finn together in the ring, it can only mean one thing, and that is money, right? So surely it's going to be a fantastic encounter. I'm really looking forward, and I'm hoping that this match is going to live up to the talent that these two possess. But yeah, AJ to win in a close, very chaotic ending, probably with obviously Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Mia Yim, Rhea Ripley, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio all getting involved in some capacity. But AJ to come out on top in the end. I can't wait for this match. It should be an absolute banger, hopefully. Kurt, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, so this match, I think AJ will win this one. Because obviously on Crown Jewel we had the OC versus the Judgment Day. And obviously Judgment Day won by help of Rhea Ripley get involved. And we obviously saw AJ Styles and Finn Balor go head to head, and we thought that was the best bit. Obviously, I thought that was the best bit. I don't know about KP and Ishmik, but AJ Styles and Finn Balor, I thought they were good fighting. So obviously, I'm expecting this match to come up, AJ Styles versus Finn. And on this match, I think this will be a good match to start off with, and I think Judgment Day, Rhea, Dominic, and Damian will attack OC and Mia Yim, and I want AJ to come across this and win it. So that's what I think. Over to you, Ishmik.
Okay, I'm not really sure if this is the actual order of matches, but if it's before the Women's War Games match, which obviously Mia Yim and Ripley are involved in, I think if it's before, then they're both going to be getting involved and all that. But I think if it's after, I think none of them are going to show up, except from obviously the males, because they're not in the male War Games match. But AJ Styles' last pay-per-view win hasn't been since like Crown Jewel 2019 or something like that. And I think he does need a win here, so I'm going with AJ Styles to get the win.
That's a good point with the AJ Styles lack of victories at premium live events. It's been a long, long time, and I'd forgotten about that, to be fair. So yeah, just sort of solidifies my opinion on AJ winning this match. I think that's the way it's going to go. And then yeah, like Ishmael said, if the Women's War Games match comes before this, then yeah, Rhea and Mia aren't getting involved in the slightest. They'll be recovering from that match. So yeah, interesting one here. I can't wait. Let's hope it's as good as it sounds. Right, our next match then that we'll be discussing and talking about is the Women's War Games match. So as things stand when we're recording this video right here, right now, we know that we have the 5 on the heel side of things. So obviously got Damage Control featuring Bayley, Io, and Dakota, and then Nikki Cross and Rhea Ripley. We only know 4 from the face team so far. So Bianca Belair, the Raw Women's Champion, Mia Yim, Alexa Bliss, Asuka. We don't know who this 5th member is yet, so that can add a large sort of element into it. Again, I'm not really sure which way this is going to go down, but it depends on who this 5th woman is. Regardless of this whole situation regarding this mystery partner, I am edging towards the team of Damage Control, Nikki, and Rhea in this one, so the heels getting the win. Am I confident about that? Not in the slightest. I don't really know exactly which way this is going to go, and I think that makes for a better match. I think I'd much rather go into a match not knowing who's going to win than knowing that there's an obvious winner, and then it sort of takes away a little bit of the ending. But yeah, this one's got bags and bags of potential. The talent on show in this match is going to be exquisite. You've got some great names in here, and I'm just thoroughly looking forward to War Games. I've watched War Games in the past through obviously NXT shows, and the main roster getting it is such a great pickup for them. It's needed for sure. So yeah, I mean, I can see Damage Control getting the win in this one with the help of Rhea and Nikki. But I think that's purely just to set up maybe one more match between Bayley and Bianca. I don't know if I'm just holding on to that, hoping that they'll get another shot. I really want Bayley to get this Raw Women's Championship. I think she should have got it at Crown Jewel, but hey, that's a discussion for another time. But yeah, I will go with the team of Bailey, Io, Dakota, Rhea, and Nikki Cross for this one. Over to you, Kurt.
So for this match, I'm going differently. I'm thinking Bianca, Mae Yim, Alexa, Asuka, and the mystery wrestler will tell us on SmackDown will be the winners. So I think this will be a really good match, and I think they'll do good moves and good athletics in this match. And as Crown Jewels happened, it was Bianca Belair versus Bailey. And this obviously leads up to this with their tag team, as the tag teams was with them. So nothing much to say to this. I just think Bianca, Mae Yim, Asuka, and Alexa will be the winners and the mystery opponent. So I enjoyed this. Over to you, Schmick.
I do agree with Kurt. I think Bianca's team is going to get the win here. Regarding the mystery partner, I personally think it might be Beth Phoenix, maybe trying to get some revenge on Rhea Ripley, but it could be loads of other people. Tegan Knox, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, all of these people. But yeah, I do believe it's going to be Beth Phoenix. Seems the most realistic to me. And if Io Sky does not do a moonsault off the top of the cage, I'm never watching WWE again. Over to you, KB.
And over the moonsault off the top of the War Game structure would be fantastic. I got to be honest here. We've seen Io do high profile moves off the top of the War Game structure in the past. So I think I remember one where she was in a trash can or something and she just jumped off. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I think she can definitely do it over the moonsault off of there. That'd be wicked. Speaking a little bit more about that mystery opponent, a mystery partner, I think the more and more I think about it, I know we've discussed Charlotte previously on these prediction videos before, but I just think that maybe Charlotte coming back for this match, getting the win with the face team, and then turning on Bianca to set up Charlotte and Bianca Belair could be a good way of doing things. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really hopeful still that Bailey will get that match with Bianca and get that title off her, but we'll have to see what goes down. But yeah, I don't know, maybe Charlotte Flair, but I don't know about other options. There are a lot of options that we could obviously name and stuff, but I think that's the one that makes the most sense. Beth Phoenix would be a good idea, but I don't know. I think they're saving that for maybe Beth and Edge against maybe like a Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley combo. So yeah, I'm interested for sure. Let's move on to our next match then. What have we got next?
Before we move on, can I just say my prediction for the opponent?
Of course. Who would you think, Kurt?
So I think it'll be either Becky or Charlotte will be a mystery opponent, because the either be rumours that it'd be Becky or Charlotte coming in. So my prediction is Becky or Charlotte to be in, and then they'll like feud with them. I think, for me, I just think it's Becky, because obviously Damage Control attacked Becky before she out with that arm injury, and she was with Bianca, Alexa, and Asuka. So I'm thinking it's Becky. That's what my prediction is. Back to you, KP.
I'd like it if it was Becky. I'd pop. I hope it is someone of this caliber. I really, really do. I'd hope it's not a disappointing addition. Like if it's someone like Dana Brooke, I'd be a little bit disappointed. But let's see what goes down.
If it's Dana Brooke, I would die of laughter. Bast will be disappointed.
I get that. Yeah, I'd be the same. Okay, so if we're done with all that then, guys, let's move on to our next one, which is the United States Championship Triple Threat match. So obviously we've got Seth freaking Rollins defending here up against Austin Theory and Bobby Lashley. This has been a chaotic situation in recent weeks. So obviously we had that failed cash in from Austin Theory, something that I am still furious about to this day. Bobby Lashley, who's obviously been involved with this, had that little bit of a derailment via Brock Lesnar, and now he can turn his attention fully back on the United States Championship. Seth Rollins has a big task ahead of him here. Theory's had like a bit of an attitude change. He's no longer got this phone out taking selfies. He's no longer this like foolish little kid that they've sort of portrayed him to be up until this point. Now he's had this attitude change. He seems to be all about business, all about animosity. And I quite like this side of Theory. So maybe that's a positive you can take from him failing to cash in. But anyway, nonetheless, this is going to be an interesting match. I'm really looking forward to this one because all these guys are extremely talented. I think this one has the potential to go multiple ways. I really, really do. I think, honestly, because of the Shield anniversary being 10 years, I think it was last week it was, that they debuted. I just think that Seth Rollins is going to get like a nice win here just to sort of solidify that and just to celebrate, 10 years of the Shield. I don't know if I'm maybe being too sentimental there, but I also think that Bobby Lashley getting back the championship doesn't need to happen. I would like personally to see Bobby Lashley take on Roman Reigns soon for the WWE Undisputed Championship. But again, I just think Seth Rollins is going to retain here. Either way I look at it, I think that's what my heart and my head says here. So yeah, Seth Rollins to retain in what should be a pretty good match. I'm hoping for a really good one here, and yeah, I don't know, maybe setting up something quite interesting later on for maybe like a Theory and Seth one-on-one. We haven't really seen that properly for the titles, so that would be kind of cool to see as well. But yeah, Seth Rollins to retain here in a great match. Over to you, Kurt.
So this is the match that I think you'll be shocked at as my results, KP, that I told you early on Discord. Not Discord, your stream. So I'll talk about back bit. So obviously we had the chaotic start of Bobby Lashley, Seth Rollins and Theory. And obviously with Mustafa Ali, but he's not on this match. So we had Theory tried to cash in the Money in Bank contract on Raw. And obviously he failed because he cashed it in to go on Seth Rollins, and they did one-on-one with each other quite well. And then obviously Bobby Lashley intervened because it was meant to be Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley match. So Bobby Lashley pulled Theory out the ring and beating him up, and then obviously made him weak so Seth Rollins can stomp him to the ground and get the win. And I really like Theory's new change or look, instead of doing the photo bombing stuff that he always does like Tyler Breeze used to do earlier in the year. So my predictions for this is going to be Theory being the new championship. The reason why is because he's got new attitude and he's had the Money in the Bank, so I think they're going to give him a big push. And then for the next Raw, I think it'd be Seth Rollins want to rematch against Theory, and then obviously Bobby Lashley will intervene, and then they will do like the crash again, and then it'd be Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley, and whoever wins will go against Theory for the next event. I think it's Royal Rumble. So I'm going for Theory to be a new champion. So I'll pass you over to Ishmik to tell you his thoughts.
Okay, so I think for this match, Theory is going to win, believe it or not. I do agree with Kurt. Ever since he's lost that Money in the Bank, he's on a whole different level. He's obviously attacked Seth Rollins. He looked absolutely different. He also beat Dolph Ziggler and attacked him as well after the match. And I don't think it's only going to be these two. I think Brock will get involved with Bobby. Obviously continuing the feud, maybe leading up to a match at the next pay-per-view. But yeah, Austin Theory to be the new United States champion.
All right, so fair enough. I mean, I don't think that's outlandish. I think that's a good prediction, guys. To be honest, I can see Theory winning here. I think my head says Austin Theory probably won't get it for myself, but I can see Seth Rollins winning this. I think that's what I've got to go with. So yeah, Shield anniversary and stuff, close enough. I think that's going to be what it comes down to. But hey, let's see how it goes. I'd be happy with Austin Theory win. I'd be definitely happy with that. So I suppose 2 out of 3 outcomes here can be good for me. So yeah, let's hope for a good one, eh? Right, so let's talk about our next match then. I think it's our last one. It is. We have got the War Games match for the men. So this one I'm really, really excited about. There's a lot of amazing sort of names in this match. I think personally this is going to be match of the night. I'd be surprised if it isn't. It's got so much potential. So firstly, you've obviously got Roman Reigns, the Usos, Solo and Sammy, the Bloodline, taking on the Brawling Brutes consisting of Sheamus, Ridge Holland, Butch, and then you've got Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre in there as well. This match just really does just cry out main event and massive match, and I think War Games is perfect for this, to be honest. they picked the men really, really well here. Like, everybody involved is a fantastic addition to this match. And yeah, I think this is going to be an absolute belter. I really, really do. As to how I think this one's going to go down, I mean, I think realistically, it would be so easy to say the Bloodline are going to win this, right? I think it just would. But I think the Bloodline need to lose this match, and I'll tell you why. I think the Bloodline need to lose so that we can have a next challenger for Roman Reigns. Because at this point, Roman's gone through everyone, right? He's beaten everybody. He's beaten literally Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens already in this picture. The Usos have been dealing with Sheamus have been dealing with Butch and Ridge Holland. Has Roman a match against Sheamus? I'm not too sure if he has in this whole God mode Bloodline amazing title run that he's had so far. So I'm thinking perhaps Sheamus is going to get the decisive fall in this match. I don't think he's going to pin Roman, but I think he could pin perhaps like Sammy or Solo or one of the Usos, either of those four. I don't want it to be Solo. I think Solo needs to keep his sort of like streak of not being the one to cost matches going, because he's a brute and he's incredible. I would love to see Sheamus get the pin here on someone. I think it's going to be Sheamus getting the win for his team in some sort of crazy ending, which is just, body sprawled everywhere. Sheamus gets this like bro kick, and that's the end of the match after complete chaos for ages. That would be my way of looking at this match. I think that's how it's going to go down. Brawling Brutes, Drew and KO to get the win in what's going to be a freaking epic encounter. Kevin and Sammy inside the War Games roster should be brilliant. And hell, I'm just looking forward to everything involved here. What about you, Kurt? What are your thoughts here?
I think this match will be the best match on the show so far. This match so far. So my prediction will be Brawling Brutes, Drew and Kevin to win. Obviously on SmackDown we didn't expect for them to bring Kevin Owens, because apparently he had, on a WWE live event, he had a knee injury by when he went against Austin Theory, and we thought he'd be out for like a couple of months with a knee injury, but I think it probably took about a week or so, and then he returned and be part of Team Brawling Brutes to go on against the Bloodline. The reason why I'm going for the Brawling Brutes to win is because obviously the Bloodline keeps winning, and I think as it's not a title match, they will lose one. And obviously Sami Zayn and Jey Uso will be been feuding with each other for a while. So I think this match will be hectic, chaotic, and the best one of the night. And I think Sheamus or Kevin will pin Jey Uso, and then next SmackDown will be Sami Zayn and the Bloodline arguing against Jey Uso, saying why did he not kick out, and why did you make us lose, and why he didn't acknowledge us and stuff like that. So I think Sami and Jey will be feuding at SmackDown. That's what my prediction would be. Overall, I think Brawling Brutes, Drew and Kevin will win. Over to you, Respect.
I do agree with everyone else. Obviously, the Brawling Brutes, Drew and KO to win this match. I think we've had enough of the Bloodline right now. I think it's got to start declining them. I think this match will be the start of the declining. Obviously, we only have one more pay-per-view after this, before the Royal Rumble, which hopefully Cody Rhodes should return, maybe dethroning Roman at WrestleMania. But I think in this match, Sami is going to be the one to get pinned after maybe an argument with Jey, distracting him. And then the following SmackDown, I think Sami Zayn is going to get kicked out of the Bloodline, because as multiple sources have said, it was only meant to be a 2-3 week thing, but the crowd loved it so much. WWE had to push it onwards and onwards. But yeah, I think Sami is going to get pinned, probably by Sheamus or Kevin. I don't really see Ridge Holland or Butch getting pinned for. And yeah, I don't think this will be matching tonight. Hopefully the women's War Games will be. But I think it'll probably be second best match. And yeah. Back to KP.
Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate the thoughts there. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I mean, I think we're sort of like looking forward to a really good match here, but I think this could go a couple of ways, multiple ways maybe. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. I can't wait to see the back end of this as well. The match is going to be great, but also see what happens afterwards is going to be even like it's going to be just as interesting in my eyes. But hey, this sounds like a really good event. It sounds like a really good overall show. I hope it delivers up to what it looks like it can. So fingers crossed we'll be in for a really good show tomorrow night. I think Kurt had something he wanted to discuss, so I'll quickly just pass over to him so that he can get his thoughts on something else. So what do you want to say then, Kurt?
First of all, I'd just like to just say something about this before I move on to what I'm going to say next, that I forgot to say in this match. So with Sammy and Jay issue, obviously whoever leaves Bloodline would have what HMX saying. I think it'll be Sammy versus Jay, and the match will be Sammy versus Jay, and whoever loses after leave Bloodline, and then I think Sammy will team with Kevin Owens to perform a tag team, and then Kevin and Sammy will go against the Usos at Royal Rumble or something. And they might get the tag titles or continue the feud. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I forgot to say.
One more thing as well. Who do you think is going to win the War Games advantage? Because obviously Rhea won for the women's, and tonight there's Drew McIntyre and Sheamus versus the Usos. I think probably Sheamus and McIntyre are going to win the advantage. I don't really see Jimmy and Jay winning against some team. But at the same time, I don't really see them getting pinned either. But I'm not really sure. What do you guys think?
I also agree. I think that in that match, Sheamus and Drew are going to get the win over the Usos. I don't really know why I think this, but I think it could go either way. I'm not confident, but I think at the end of the day, I just slightly tilt over to Drew and Sheamus. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy and Jay did get the win via some bloodline, antics that we've all seen the past few months. So yeah, I don't know. I just slightly edge towards Drew and Sheamus, but I wouldn't be surprised if it went the other way. Kurt?
Yeah, for SmackDown War Game 1, I think Sheamus and Drew will win as well, because obviously Usos will be on like a winning victory stuff, but it'd be good for Drew and Sheamus to win. So that's who I'm going for. So as I think for this SmackDown, I think there's good.
I just interrupt you there a second. Can you just start that again, because it sort of like just broke off?
Okay. Shall I start? Do you want to start from where talking about a match card?
Just restart from where you were going from the advantage prediction to whatever you're talking about next.
Okay. Like saying, shall I repeat saying that I think Drew and Sheamus will win again?
No, you don't need to say that. The bit afterwards.
Yeah. So, speaking after. So as I was going to say before I talked about predictions, I think there will be an extra match card added onto Survivor Series. There could be and could possibly not. But I'm just thinking there could be on Survivor Series or Royal Rumble. But by this SmackDown, I think it'll be LA Knight versus Bray Wyatt, because obviously they are feuding with each other. I don't know if it'll be add on a few weeks or for them to have a fight. Or during this SmackDown, I don't know if LA Knight or Bray Wyatt challenges Royal Rumble. So I'm thinking they might do Survivor Series, as we don't have lots of matches, and that's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, regarding Bray Wyatt and LA Knight, I think that Bray needs to get back into the ring sooner rather than later, or if people are going to start to lose interest with him, because he's come back, he's made this massive return, but since then he's been doing these cryptic sort of promos that don't really mean too much. He's been very thankful for everyone. Yeah, sure, that's fine, but I think there comes to a point where you're doing the same thing over and over again, you're getting interrupted by Uncle Howdy, and then it's sort of getting a little bit repetitive. I think he needs to really get into the ring and get into action, which has been teased with LA Knight, which is great because I think that's a really cool way to start his in-ring return. But yeah, I think that needs to happen sooner rather than later. So let's hope it happens either. I mean, at Survivor Series would be great. Is that rushed? I don't know. It might be, but at least some sort of sign that it's going to happen very soon would be great, I think. Kurt, wait, no. Sorry, start again. Ishmael, do you have anything to add to that, bro?
It does seem a little weird that there's only 5 matches on this card, because I'm pretty sure it's usually more than this, maybe 6 or 7. I don't really see them adding a match on the day of the pay-per-view, but maybe this SmackDown, maybe Uncle Howdy's gonna come back again and do something to Bray Wyatt. I think he does need more time. Maybe in December we'll finally see him step back into the ring, but I'm not really sure. I am starting to lose interest in his promos now. It's like it's just getting a bit stale for me. No matches for Bray. It's kind of ruined the excitement of him returning, but I haven't lost all hope yet. I am hoping for a match sometime soon, hopefully.
Yeah, I think with the regards to these 5 matches, obviously 2 of which are War Games. So I think if I'm right, there's going to be 3 minutes between each entry into the match. So obviously you start off with 1 representative from each match, from each team. And then I think it's 3 minutes in between each one. So if you do that, you've got 8 lots of 3 minutes. So that's 24 minutes just getting everybody into the ring. So I think when you think about it like that, these matches are probably going to be about 35, 40 minutes minimum, I reckon. And that could even be like the lower end of the scale. So you're talking probably almost an hour and a half between these 2 War Games alone. Then you've got entrances and stuff. Could even stretch to an hour and 45. I don't know. Roman's entrance takes like 10 years. So, yeah, I think it's hard when you gauge it with that, isn't it? An hour and a half roughly for these 2 matches. And then you've got 3 other matches on top. Could probably take it to about 2.5, 3 hours or so. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure. They could add another match. I think they definitely could. But I think they're probably banking on these matches being quite long and going the distance. Okay, well, thank you very much then, guys. Thank you for all of your thoughts, predictions today, theories, discussions. I look forward to Survivor Series tomorrow. War Games should be a lot of fun to watch. And let's hope it delivers as it says it will. So, again, thank you to Ishmael. Thank you to Kurt for joining me. We'll be back again with another video once Survivor Series War Games is finished. And then we can get talking about how we thought the matches went. And then we can look forward to the next event, which will be the Royal Rumble afterwards. So, again, thanks, guys. Thank you very much, and thank you for tuning in to this video. This has been another KP's Place YouTube channel video with me, KP, because that would be me, and Kurt and Ishmael, because that would be them. Cheers, guys. We're out of here.